Hey guys, what's going on? Your old buddy Tim back in the Revolved Realty studio. Hope you're having a great day. Hope the social distancing and the mandatory quarantining aren't driving you too batty. I'm very fortunate that I have an office that I could still go to. Nobody here but me, which is kind of nice. So this is my home away from home. But I hope you're staying safe as this thing progresses. I wanted to just talk really quickly today about some of the things you might consider doing from a financial standpoint to make it through this crisis. Now, let me do my disclaimer here. I am not a financial expert. I do not offer financial advice. The only thing that I share with you is the advice that I would give a friend or someone who came to me just on a personal level and asked my advice. Now, my advice is based on some experience. I'm an old Dave Ramsey disciple. I know I don't really fit the mold, but I am, and I like Dave's the common sense advice that you would get from your grandma kind of thing. Now, let me say this. A lot of my peers in real estate disagree with Dave, and I do too when it comes to investing, because Dave is a no debt kind of guy. He wants you to do everything with cash. It's hard to be a real estate investor doing everything with just your cash. You know, I mean, the industry really revolves on debt and borrowed money. But from a practical standpoint, let's put aside the rental property, the real estate. I'm just talking about the average Jack and Jill out there that is going to be facing probably some tough times over the next month or two, maybe even 3. So I was going back this morning and looking at some of Dave's advice just in general, and I think it really applies here. So that's what I'm going to share with you. Again, this is not financial advice. Don't sue me, bro. I'm not offering advice to you. Dave talks a lot about cover the 4 walls, and that simply means take care of what you have to at home to survive, to keep the home fires burning. Now, he talks a lot about the 5 pillars of those walls, and that is food, shelter, clothing, transportation, and utilities. According to Dave, those are the things that you need to dedicate your money to. Now, of course, if you're not familiar with Ramsey, you can go look him up. Financial Peace has been around a long time and offers a lot of financial advice. But his main focus is helping everyday Jack and Jills get out of debt and stay that way. So he talks about focusing on food, shelter, clothing, transportation, and utilities. And those are the things that you need to focus on over the next 30, 60, 90 days to come through this thing. You need to create a budget for the next couple of months. You need to account for every penny that you now have, every penny that may be coming in, and you need to account for how you're going to spend those just on the basics. Now, here's the big thing that I think you need to remember, and this is one of the reasons why I think we Americans are such a society of debtors, or people in debt, as we focus on our wants and not our needs. I want that new car. I just need reliable transportation. I want that big screen TV. I just need something small and cheap. All right. So over the next couple of months, you need to focus on your want or your needs and not your wants. You can get back to your wants when this crisis is over. But for now, you don't need to spend a penny on anything that is not a necessity of life. You just don't. It's just the math, folks, you know. So here are some things that I would do immediately. And I talked about this in another video, but I'm going to apply them to Dave's teaching. The first thing you should do, again, is create a budget. For the next 60 to 90 days, you need to account for every penny that goes out the door. The next thing you need to do is figure out a way to either defer those costs or reduce them. Okay, you're hearing a lot about your mortgage company doing a forbearance. Now, you can do that. I've done this. I've got 3 mortgages out there, and I went in, and this morning I requested a forbearance for every one of those mortgages. Now, the forbearance doesn't mean that I'm not going to pay the mortgage. It just means they're going to give me a total of 90 days where I don't have to if I'm unable to. Okay. And then at the end of the 90 days, they will either talk to me about tacking that onto the end of the mortgage or doing something creative to make up that money. You're not getting excused from owing that money. You're just asking for a forbearance. So what you should do right now is go to the website of your mortgage company. I guarantee you there's going to be a link there somewhere, COVID-19 assistance. Wells Fargo, for example. I got to be honest with you, I was a little shocked at how easy it was to go on Wells Fargo's site and request a forbearance. It was simply a click and fill out a couple of form fields, and that was done. That was it. So you need to do that today. Go to your mortgage company, ask for a forbearance. If you are a renter, you need to talk to your landlord. Now, I got to tell you this. I'm a landlord. If you are able to pay your rent, pay your rent. Don't ask for a forbearance. However, if you think things are going to get lean and you may need that cash, talk to your landlord. I mean, they're understanding in most cases. You don't want to put your burden on them, but you've got to keep the home fires going. All right. So that's what I would do. I would talk to the mortgage company. I would talk to the landlord. Next, you need to put off paying anything that can possibly be put off. Call your creditors. If you've got car payments, call them. If you've got credit cards, call them. If you've got any kind of outstanding loans, call the folks you owe money to and say, look, I just need a break for 90 days. I'm not asking to be let out of my obligation. I'm not asking to not pay the payments. I'm simply asking for a little help over the next 90 days. Can we either stop these payments, defer them off, reduce them? What can you do, Mr. Creditor, to help me conserve my cash? And that's the big thing here, is you need to be stockpiling and conserving that cash. Every penny you've got, you need to put it in a place where you can get to it easily, and you only spend it if you have to. So talk to your creditors. Again, stop spending, stockpile cash, start researching the assistance programs that are available to you. I don't care if you've never filed an unemployment claim in your life. This is no time for pride. This is a time to survive. So you file that. If you qualify for unemployment benefits, and I know it's a pain in the ass right now, you might be on the phone 2 or 3 hours, but you got to get it done. Look at unemployment benefits. You know, we've got this stimulus package going, but guys, I got to tell you, $1,200, if that's what you're getting, that'll be gone quickly. You are in mode now where you are making plans for the next 90 days. All right. So do some research, apply for everything that you have. You know, if you've got a home equity line of credit, great. You can tap that as a source of money, even if you have to do cash advances on your credit cards. And Dave Ramsey hates credit cards. But if they are an easy access point for cash, keep that in mind. You can worry about paying them off later. You know, here's one of the things. I talked to someone yesterday, and we were talking about this very subject. That's what prompted this video. They were fretting about, well, I'm going to mess up my credit score, or I don't believe in credit cards. I don't care. You've got to survive now. You can deal with all that stuff later once things are back to normal. So there you go. I think that is the key, is to tap every source of cash that you have over the next 30, 60, 90 days. Have it at your disposal in case you need it. Ask for a forbearance on your mortgage, on your rent. Talk to all of your creditors. They know what's going on, guys. They're going to sympathize with you. If not, they are going to be blasted in the public opinion, and they don't want that. You know, they are very much putting themselves out there as companies that will help you. So stop spending, focus on your needs and not your wants. And above all, as you are sheltering in place, or you're doing the social distancing, what have you, do everything you have to do to stay sane. I've always been a loner. I've got no problem. I enjoy my own company. But a lot of folks being unable to get out and go places is driving them nuts. You know, do what you can. You don't have to go out and be face to face. Do this. Social media, share on social, do Facebook Lives every day, do Zoom meetings. If you have a book club, get everybody online with Zoom. I did this yesterday. I met with a client and a builder and his agent online using Zoom meetings. Super easy to do. If you don't know how to do it, ask me and I'll tell you. But do everything you have to do to survive monetarily and emotionally. Because for a lot of folks, this is a very difficult time. People get cabin fever. They go stir crazy. Me, I'm good. Of course, I've got my wife and daughter and 7 dogs. So use social media, use technology. Again, if you don't know how, happy to tell you all about that. So there you go. As Dave Ramsey would tell you, focus on food, shelter, clothing. You shouldn't have to buy clothes during this. Transportation, you're not going to go a lot of places. So your focus really is keeping the lights on, the bellies full, and everybody's sane and happy, okay? Hey, guys, that's it. There's no commercial here today. It's just me offering you a little friendly advice. And if I can do anything for you, I'm more than happy to do so. Like I said, this is a temporary situation. We will get through this if we just try to stay positive, be patient, and do what you have to do to survive, guys. And if I can do anything in the world for you, I'm right here. All right, that's it. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.